985 miles on the square body since I rebuilt it. It's probably actually a little over that, but you know, because I built the truck and drove it a little bit before I got the Dakota digital gauges. But we're about to hit the 1,000-mile marker, you know. We are heading to town. I have to get a haircut. We got about a little less than a quarter of a tank of fuel, so probably need to top the tank off. Since we got to top the tank off, I think we're gonna swing by the gas station with the What A Burger in it. Get us one of those ever delicious breakfast burgers. And I guess if my wife watches these videos, she'll call me here in a couple days and ask me, what the heck? Why are you getting a breakfast burger knowing I'd love to have a breakfast burger? We're supposed to be eating healthy, you know, trying to be better stewards of these bodies we were given. But breakfast burger just sounds really good right now. So we'll swing by, get a breakfast burger, get some fuel, head to go get my hair cut. I think today we're going to talk about the AC system on a square body and how I did it, how I think I would do it again. I think if I had it to do again, I believe I would probably go with a vintage air system. All the ventilation on this truck is ran under vacuum. Because it's all ran under vacuum, that means like if you don't have enough vacuum, then you can't, you know, pick vents or defrost or whatever, because you don't have the vacuum to actually force the vent chooser to open or close. So this truck right now runs on very, very little vacuum at idle, which means at idle you barely have enough vacuum to stay running, much less choose a certain vent. So like right now it's on off, but if I choose vent or heat or defrost, max AC, whatever, it barely does it because it doesn't have the vacuum to do so. And then even if it did have the vacuum to do so, the head unit for the AC has a vent selector. So one of the reasons why I would say go with a brand new vintage air system is all the vents are old and decrepit, barely holding together. And then the other reason is, if you're like me, you already need a new, so this is the blend door actuator, and on the top of the head unit the connectors broke off, so I have to buy a new head unit. And then whenever you swap to, like, say defrost, like, listen to that huge vacuum leak happening, right? So instead of it swapping, it's causing a vacuum leak. Actually gave it a little more RPMs, and then if you give it enough RPMs to cure it, it never actually cures it in here, but you can hear it kind of fluctuating. So it'll get high enough to actually shift it over to the defrost and blow it out the defrosters, but only while you're going down the road. When you're sitting at idle, it's just barely enough, so it's kind of choosing all the vents at one time. It'll be coming out of the defroster, the floor, the vents, all of it. And while that's filling, let's go into Whataburger. Well, as I walked away, I heard it stop, so here's wide open. We may have a little kink in our filler neck or something, so we'll put it on low. and sounds like that's going. So now let's go get some Whataburger. Even on low as I went to walk away, so let's maybe try a different angle. We got 3 gallons in so far. I haven't had this problem before. Take a little peek. She's not really bent or anything, so hopefully I just had a bad angle on it. Let's see how that goes. All right, we got 988 miles to go. I did just fill it all the way up, reset my trip meter to 0. All right, Whataburger was delicious. Let's check in for a haircut and then head to town. We should break our 1,000 mile mark on the way to town, I would guess. We're right at it. Another reason I'd say to get the vintage air system is simply to get rid of all of the questions. So I did a lot of studying on like what I could put together, which kind of compressor I needed to go with the factory AC stuff from the 84. So all of it's old technology. I've never personally had a vintage air system, so I can't say with certainty that it's a better AC system. But I do think that if you're just going for simplicity of use, I think that it'll be the one to go with. It just updates all your air vents, it updates all your connections, like it just, everything of it, all of it's new, as opposed to what I have right now, which is a functioning AC, but it doesn't change between different vents very well. It runs on vacuum instead of just running a electric valve. So it's got a couple of problems. It really does depend on what level of damage your AC system's in. So if everything in here is fine, it functions normally, or maybe you're swapping a truck that already has fully functioning AC, all the controls work properly, then I would say do exactly what I did. You know, just plumb in a LS compressor, charge it until it works, and call it a day. It functions well. It just, I have so many internal issues that I think I probably would have been just as good off to spend a little more on a vintage air system. Now to go get a haircut real quick. We'll see you back in a minute. All right, for my AC, I went with a painless wiring harness to wire it all back up because I cut everything. I hadn't replaced anything other than the wiring harness and the fan motor. Everything else is still factory. That being said, I only have 2 selections for fan speed, so probably should change the relay and the whatnot. For the compressor, I went with the LS Denso, fill in the blank here, and then I use the cold whatever adapters to put the connections out forwards. Then I went to my local line shop, hydraulic line shop, and they replaced all my hoses. They had all the fittings, the high-low side deals, everything, anything you needed they had. The condenser is factory, the evaporator's factory, the accumulator's factory for 1987. Pressure switch, everything except for the compressor and the connections off the compressor are either factory or made from the hose shop. We did it. We hit the first 1,000 miles. 1,006 miles on the square body. Let's talk about it. All right, today we got my Shine Juice in. So while we're talking about the first 1,000 miles of the square body, I'm get this tailgate cleaned up and just hit it, see what it looks like. We're gonna need some water. I don't know if you can tell or not on the camera, but just taking the SOS pad and scrubbing it down seemed to really take it from a pasty to a relatively dark. Like, I think I could probably get this little spot right here off with the SOS pad. See how it kind of, I don't know if you can see that or not, but here's like a haze, here's like just paint, but it's all smooth. I think we're gonna put some Shine Juice on it, see what it looks like. And you can really tell kind of a change in shading, but I mean, just how much bluer that is and how much whiter that is, you know, just on the haze alone. So let's see what it looks like. All right, so I gave the tailgate a little bit of time to dry. And now, I mean, it's kind of hard to say 100%, but it's clearly better. Much deeper tone. Kind of got some cool color fade through in the darker stuff. Maybe like right there, you can just tell this is blue, this is hazy white. Let's try the next pound, see what it does. All right, I'm gonna scrub the whole truck down and see how that plays out. After 1,000 miles, the things I love the most, probably number one would be just the smiles and thumbs up that I get from driving the truck around. Lots of people like it. They come up and talk to you about it. It's pretty fun. I love just going out there and cranking it and it just pops right off. You know, fuel injection really improves that. Definitely love the decision to add the Dakota digital gauges. That's probably my favorite add-on to the truck. Maybe the second favorite add-on would be the wheels and tires. They just really stood it up tall. They look sharp. They really brought the truck back to life. You know, it kind of looked like a truck sitting in a pasture before, and now it looks like something somebody's driving. Just look at the color difference. Just with cleaning. Just an SOS pad. Man, what a huge difference this will make. Alright, I got the whole thing SOS down. I'll let this thing dry up. Go get me a cup of coffee, I'm cold. And we'll check it out again. Things that I hate after 1,000 miles. I should preface this with the things I hate are all, I guess, really ultimately my responsibility. So the leaks obviously is a huge one for me. I hate that it has a leak right now, or 3. Number 2 hate is how poorly it sits around in idles. Honestly, the true root cause to most of my big problems with the truck is the cam. It's a cam for a carbureted motor, and so it just does not, it even says on Summit's website, like, not recommended for fuel injection. And boy, they are right. It does not like to sit around and idle. Once you got some RPMs, once you're moving, man, it runs like a spotted ape. Then probably the last problem I have, and in a way it kind of goes back to the cam also, is the interior. You know, if you've watched the video at all, you can see that the dash isn't in. I actually have a dash panel for it, but it's not in because I got to get more clips. I got to get replacement AC vents, a new bezel, radio, get that all back in. Basically, I want to get it mechanically sound before I get it pretty. Well, it's still pretty wet, but it is shinier, so Shine Juice approved. See what it looks like tomorrow in the sunlight, but I think it came out okay. Good morning. This morning I got up and took some photos of the truck when the light was much better, so you can really see all the shine that the Shine Juice gave to it. Really simple process. Most of the work was with the cleaning with the SOS pads. I used like a whole box of SOS pads, but that really made the difference. You could really tell in the video clip of the hood where one side I had already done and the other side I hadn't. I mean, it was just night and day difference. All in all, still giving the Shine Juice 2 thumbs up. What did I do with my coffee? Alright, I think that wraps this one up. We broke 1,000 miles. We got the Shine Juice on. We talked about what I wish I'd have done after 1,000 miles differently. Shine Juice seems to be working out pretty well. Shot a little bit more footage of it this morning so you can kind of see what it looks like day after. I'd just like to say thank y'all for watching these videos. It's been fun putting them out. It's more fun whenever y'all comment and say whatever. I think one guy said that I was self-promoting or something like that, so even that was kind of fun. I don't know. I feel like everybody that's on YouTube self-promoting, but anyhow, I really do enjoy all of your comments. Makes me feel good when y'all have a question or want to be part of the conversation. As far as the rest of the year goes, we have what, 11 days until Christmas. It's December 14th right now. I believe this is probably going to be the last video that I put out in the 2023 mark. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Hopefully the first video you'll get is a little bit of snow skiing from Purgatory, because we're going snow skiing the first of the year. And then maybe the following week we'll get back on the Camaro, which will give us 2.5 months left to finish the Camaro. So we'll have to get on it, get started, get going. Got to get that thing street legal so my daughter can use it for her first car. Obviously we still got plenty of stuff to do on the square body. And then we have 3 or 4 other projects that are in the distant winds. So we got a 4-door dually that has no motor or transmission in it. That's I'm supposed to be getting picked up. So if that ever happens, I'll show you the video of that. And then we got my brother has another 4-door dually. He's got a Cat Eye that is knocking pretty hard. So we got a couple of different project vehicles that are not exactly mine, but maybe I could help with. Maybe that'd help y'all out. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Oh, we also got the 84. So once we get this Camaro up and running and ready to go, I think at that point we're gonna pull the 84 down and see how bad the rust damage is. Have some conversations with some body shops. Like I know I can put a floor pan in, like that's not that big a deal. But the T-tops are pretty rotted out on it. So we'll just have to get in there and see, you know what I mean? That'll be a big project, pretty well over my pay grade. So anyhow, y'all stay tuned. Any of that stuff really struck a nerve, that's exactly what you want me to be working on, let me know in the comments. Again, I appreciate all the comments. Do all the likes and subscribes and whatever all the people say. Or don't. I don't really care. I'm just putting stuff out. I hope you like it, but you know, I'm just recording my hobbies, really, you know. So anyhow, I appreciate it. Talk to y'all later. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. I'm out.